Yo, what's cracking, fools? Welcome to episode 3 of the Don't Blame the System podcast, and this episode is brought to you by TheDoveGuy.com. Ha, that's me, fools. So we don't have any guests today, so I'm gonna go ahead and be the guest, and I'm gonna interview myself because I asked you guys on Instagram. So if you guys don't follow the Instagram for the podcast, is at DBT System. So make sure you guys go ahead and follow us there. Follow my Instagram underscore TheDoveGuy, and if you guys are listening to this on YouTube, or if you're or watching on YouTube, listening on Apple Podcasts or Spotify, whatever it is you're listening to, make sure you guys subscribe. I don't know how you're supposed to subscribe, but make sure you fools subscribe. All right, so you fools can get all the new episodes that are coming out. We're gonna be bringing more guests, but this time I'm gonna interview myself. So what's cracking, fool? How are you? Oh, I'm doing good, thank you. Yeah, I don't care. Anyways, all right, so we're gonna go ahead and get to it. A lot of people ask me, like, most common question I get often is about the doves, So we're gonna go ahead and talk a little bit about the doves, just so you fools can go ahead and understand, since I never really sat down and talk about it by myself. So for you fools that don't know, the doves that I released, so the doves that we released, my uncle's business. All right, started in like 2013, 2012, somewhere like that. I probably started helping him like 2014 with like the first service that I went to, and I started helping him because that fool didn't speak English. That fool only spoke Spanish. So I was like, fool. Well, I didn't tell him that, but that fool was that he told me. He was like, hey, like, help me out, like whenever someone would call him in English, like I'll answer the phone, and then like I'll be like hello, and then they'll be like hello, and then I'll be like, what do I say? And then he'll tell me in Spanish, and then like I'll say it in English, and then that's how it started. And then I remember eventually literally writing text messages for him so he could just copy and paste in English, and then like that literally falls fucking 14 years old, just fucking. That's how I learned to talk to people. But before that, I used to work in the Swami. So working in the Swami was pretty fun. I'm not gonna lie. The Swami was pretty dope. Low-key, I used to gamble in the Swami too. I was like fucking. Low-key, I was around like 14. I was like 14, 15. And then I used to gamble with some food there instead of working. That was fun too. Swami taught me a lot of things. Taught me how to work. Even though I remember I used to get paid like fucking $10 to go, or like yeah, $5, $10, and I would go from like fucking. I had to wake up like at 5:30 in the morning and then get back home like at 5. But for $10, I was like, dang. I used to go for free. I was like, I'm down. Fucking, I would fucking take the $10 any fucking day of the week. But and then my uncle, he was like, he got the pigeons at his house for. He had regular pigeons like blue ones. So he missed some food that had them as like. So they raise pigeons too, all right. For you fools that don't know, fucking people raise pigeons like dead ass. They'll get pigeons and fly them from like I'm live in Los Angeles, so they'll fly from like Oregon to Los Angeles. That's 100, like not 100. It's hundreds of miles. I don't know how many miles it is, but that's hundreds of miles. That's just a lot of fucking miles. They fucking fly back home, fool. That's crazy. Some of you fools get lost when you literally go down the block. Like, you fools need to fucking start to pay attention where the fuck you're going and shit, so you can learn how to get back home. That's kind of, honestly, I don't know how the fuck they make it that. That's like their instinct. So it's kind of they just know that they have to get back to their food and their water. Like, that's like, fool, like I go back home because dick, I live here, fool. Like, that's this. They do the same thing. They go back home because they live there. Like, it will make sense. Like, it is what it is. But basically, they have blue ones and brown ones, just like regular street. But like, they're not regular street pigeons, because regular street pigeons, they have the instinct. So the thing is, like, the street pigeons, they fly like, if, for example, if you throw like bread or like seeds outside your house and like birds start coming to eat, like they'll come back every day, food, because they know that they have food there, right? But if you catch the bird and you take him like couple cities over or somewhere else, that fool might not make it back because he don't know where he's at. So that's the difference between the homing pigeons, and people are like, is it a pigeon or is it a dove? It's the same difference. So it's like whatever term you want to use. Pigeon is more like a regular street term, and then it's like a homing rock dove is like a scientific term. And then there's other doves that don't fly back home. Those are different. But like, there's a shitload of different type of birds. It's like some dogs are ugly and some dogs aren't. Fool, your dog is ugly. Nah, just kidding. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to offend your dog. But anyways, so yeah, for my uncle, that fool fucking, he started having those as pets, literally just for fun. The blue ones and the brown ones, and then he met some guy that had white ones, and he did it as a business. And then that fool was like, oh no, he didn't. He knew a guy that did it as business, but he didn't want to sell them to him. So he met some other guy that had them for fun, the white ones. And he's like, bro, let me buy some off of you, and they're pretty expensive. No, they're not pretty expensive, but low key, they're probably like $100 for a pair of like grown ready, like the ones that breed already, the ones that have babies. Because the thing is, so once they have babies, you have to train the babies to fly back home. So once the babies are used to going home, then they get, like, as they get older, like they learn, so you can take them further and further. But you have to train them you don't have to train them, you just have to make sure you're not taking far. They kind of train on their own. They kind of know what to do. But yeah, so that's how we got into it. Literally, I was working with my uncle at the Swami, and then that fool fucking that fool bossed the white doves, and then fucking he set up the business. That fool only these fucking spoke Spanish. I was kind of like the English, he was like the Spanish guy. I was the English guy in the beginning. Any service that was during the weekend, which was normally as like when you don't have business, like well, there was obviously like we didn't have any, like, there was no clients, at the time, so we had to like make ads and like word of mouth, go to funeral homes. Oh fuck, that's crazy, bro. I just remembered that shit right now. I remember this. We used to buy boxes of brochures and shit, and like dig like when I started driving, I was like 18, right, when I started driving. So that fool would tell me, all right, go there, and like, nah, wait, no, this was like when, all right, so when I used to do this when I was like 15 and on, I would have someone that would drive me, whether it would be an uncle or an aunt or someone would drive me. Like, I would think I couldn't drive at that time, so they would drive me to the funeral, and then I'll have to, give them some gas money, whatever the case may be. So sometimes he'll be like, take some brochures, like a pack, and then like drop them off at the funeral home. And that's like a big way how we got business, was just literally just taking a shitload of brochures, and the brochures has all the information, pictures, the service that we offer, the price, the locations that we offer, all that stuff and shit. So that's crazy. I just remember literally going to he would literally send me to funeral homes and be like, just go drop them off. And then I remember being like 16 years old, fool, like literally full 16, or because it wasn't at the beginning. Because at the beginning he didn't pay. He was like, obviously, you're new, like you don't know what to do, so it wasn't like it didn't click right away to make brochures or stuff like that. So later down the line, probably like 16, 17. And I had to walk into a funeral home and be like, hey, my name is Steven. We do this. I work for this company, blah, blah, blah. That's fucking crazy as far right now that I'm thinking about it. Because that's basically, damn, that's crazy. So, fuck. So sometimes, so realistically, I'm a tosser. Okay, so a lot of people actually, someone asked me if this is like the only thing, if this is like my dream job, or if this is if would I do anything else, the doves. And it's like, fool, honestly, this is not like, this was not like the goal, right? It was never to be the dove guy was never the goal. That's crazy as fuck. Like, I have other dreams, right, that I still really haven't achieved, that I kind of neglected for too long, which is a big part of what this podcast is about, is kind of to inspire people to go after their dreams and not neglect them. So we're still like, we're in the process. It's just hard though. It's hard to kind of wire your brain, which is like the whole don't blame the system. There's a lot of brains, and the images and shit. This is the fucking, it's just brains, because our biggest obstacles are brain. That's crazy as fuck when you really think about it. If you really think about it, our biggest obstacles that we have is always our brain. We limit ourselves to our own. You set limits on yourself. You tell yourself, I can't do this, I can't do this. So a part of what I don't really want to talk and get into what it is that my real dreams are, what it is that I want to achieve. Like, I'm aware, and I would talk to someone on a one-on-one basis, but it's just like kind of it's more like I'd rather keep quiet and work on it, That I'm more like that type of person. Like, I wouldn't want to be like, hey, what's up, guys? I'm gonna do this. Watch me do this. Like, cause and then honestly, sometimes it's like it doesn't work out, or shit gets in the way, and then it's like, fuck, all right, well, I'll do it right now. So it's like better, keep quiet, do shit on your own, and then once shit's popping, once shit is good, then whatever the case may be. But realistically, a part of achieving my goals and what it is that I want to do is doing that, is actually going up to people. And I keep telling myself that I can't do that, that I'm too fucking insecure for that I'm too nervous for that. But that's crazy, because I'm just thinking about it right now, that I used to do this shit when I was like 16, 17 years old, like as a kid, like dead ass. That was probably before a lot of pain came. That shit fucking, pain changes you. Pain is crazy as fuck. That shit will change your whole fucking vision on yourself and your fucking own life, fool. So yeah, a lot of people. It was never the plan. So the videos, okay. So now we talked about how it is that we got into the dove business, right? So that shit was just, it was kind of like a weekend thing, because I had school. I was fucking high school, whatever the fuck. I did not go to college because I fucking hated school. I was good at school when I was young, because I was always scared of my mom, to be honest. She would be like, you have to get good grades, so I'll do it. It's like, it was easy. School's easy, bro. Literally, all you have to do is fucking pay attention and do school. Bro, school is literally a job. I swear on anything. All you have to do is what they tell you. That's literally a job. They tell you do this, and you do it, and then they pay you. School, they tell you do this, you do it, you get a fucking A. Like, it's that simple. Like, and if you obviously there's a lot of kids that fucking had like problems and shit in school, like not problems in school but problems at home, which they couldn't focus on school, so it was kind of hard for them to learn or whatever the case may be. But that's really like, if you're in school right now, to be honest, like if you're in school, like high school or whatever the case may be, I doubt you're in middle school. I doubt you're listening to this in your middle school. But if you're in high school, like right now, you kind of have some free education that you can take advantage of, because, well, unless your high school isn't free, but if someone's paying for it, then for you it's free. So it's kind of like a lot of shit. They teach you. You're like, I don't know if I need this. I'm never gonna need this, bro. Honestly, I've been in life where I've encountered situations be like, damn, I remember learning this and I remember a teacher talking about a book that had this lesson in it, and it's crazy because you feel like you're never gonna need any of it, but at the end of the day, just having the knowledge allows you to need it. My brain kind of had a little brain fart right there, but basically, like if you know how to do it, then you're gonna run into more opportunities to actually do it, right? So you're gonna be like, I'm never gonna do this, well, because if I don't know, okay, I feel like I'm fucking fumbling this real quick, but like basically, so look, if you don't, if you tell yourself that you're never gonna do it, you're not gonna learn it, and if you learn it, you're never gonna do it. Think about that. That goes back to your brain limiting your own fucking, your own limiting yourself and shit, which is fucking crazy. That's literally, so don't blame the system. Now we're gonna go. Oh no, we're not done. Anyways, we're going back to the dove business. So yeah, so it started off like that, and then doing it like during the weekends because I was in school, whatever. Damn, low key, my brain is kind of crazy. So a lot of fuck. You see how my shit just jumps around a lot, fucking all the time. This is a big reason why I kind of was so like hesitant on making this podcast, was because I know how crazy my brain is. My brain jumps from, sometimes I can't even finish a story before, and I start like 10 other stories before I even finish the first one. But you're still listening. That means you're still kind of paying attention. You're a sick ass fool. You could keep on. Good job. People ask me, why do you talk so fast, or do I always talk so fast? I don't know. I feel like my whole family talks fast. Like, it just kind of is what it is. But like, honestly, it's good. I think it's good to talk fast because now I'm not wasting your time that much. I'm kind of talking fast so you can, as long as you listen. Because then, honestly, sometimes I don't. Oh, what the fuck am I talking? You see? What am I even talking about right now? We're gonna go back to the story. Sorry, guys. Sorry for the distraction. We're gonna go back to trying to motivate you fools. But look, so basically, after once we were doing the doves for, I was in high school. Graduated high school, didn't go to high school, whatever. We didn't go to college, and then I got a job. And so when I got a job working selling gym equipment. All right, so I literally got a job. All right, so trip out. So when I was in high school, my goal was like, if you were asking like, what's your goal? Like, what do you want to be when you grow up? Like that shit never made sense to me. Asking a kid, what do you want to be when you grow up? And the kid will be like, I want a job. Like, I want a job. What do I mean by that? Like, to me, it never made sense. Like saying, I want to be a doctor, or I want to be a lawyer, or I want to work construction, or I want to do this. It was more like, I want to be rich. Like, I don't want to work. Like, what the fuck? Like, that shit don't make, like, like, why would I aspire to work, like, to, for a profession, And then it's kind of more like, I want the money. And I feel like, now that I'm saying right now, as I'm speaking right now and saying this out loud, I'm kind of coming to the realization that that's kind of why it's difficult, and it's been difficult, and it's kind of a big reason why I've kind of felt so lost, is because I've never really, I mean, have wanted to achieve like, like a certain type of career, but never really like, damn, I want to do this. Like, I want this. That's crazy as fuck. Nah, okay. So we're talking about when I started making the TikTok. I don't know if you could keep up with the story. This story is all over the place. But when I started making the TikToks, fool, I started making TikToks in December 2020. Nah. Yeah. No. Simon. December 2020. December 2020. That was after the pandemic. So the pandemic had already started, right? The pandemic started in like February. The pandemic started in like February of 2020, Um, my mom got diagnosed with cancer October, November ish, 2019, and so okay, no. Also, I was talking about my jobs, huh? Oh yeah, we're gonna get to this right now. Hang on tight, guys. Don't go anywhere. Buckle your seatbelts. If you guys are watching this on YouTube, make sure you guys subscribe. If you guys are watching this on Apple Podcasts, make sure you guys download. I don't know what you're supposed to do. I think you can like download the podcast, or like you can give it a rating too if you guys want to give it a rating. Don't give me a 1 star because that's just gonna hurt my feelings. For I know I suck at like telling stories and shit. I'm all over the place, but be nice to me, please. Just kidding. All right, so all right, so basically, so what I was saying for was after I graduated high school, I didn't really want to get it. I didn't really want to get a job was because I never really aspired to get a job. You know, it was kind of just like I wanted to get rich and I kind of wanted money to fall from the sky. It don't really happen like that. You know, once you graduate from high school, you kind of have a rude awakening in life. It's like, fuck, I really have to work for this shit, huh? It's crazy, but you have to work, and eventually, after a while, I kind of like I don't know, like there's some satisfaction when you are working. So I got I for a couple months I was just doing the dubs, a couple gigs a week. You know, I wasn't making that much money, but I didn't really have any bills at the time. So it was like whatever. You know, I was like, oh, I'm gonna wait. Graduated like in June. I didn't turn 18 till August. I'm gonna wait till August, which is just like a prime example of procrastination, which is another shit that I personally deal with. Crazy, bro. I procrastinate for this podcast is gonna be uploaded tomorrow at 8 in the morning. Right now it's literally midnight. I had all week to fucking record it, and I procrastinated. I've been procrastinating all week. Literally, procrastination is fucking horrible, dude. That shit's horrible. Okay, that's besides the point. So basically, I was like, no, I'm working once I get 18. Once I turn 18, so actually a couple months passed by. I didn't even get a job. I was still doing the dubs. Like, you know, it was fun. Like I had like it wasn't fun, but it was like, bro, I really worked like a little bit, and then I worked at the time. At that time, I remember going to work, and then coming back and kind of like researching the stock market, researching real estate, you know, on YouTube, on all that shit. And then I was using kind of that time for that. But and then I got a job. This was in 2018, no? I think so. Yeah, after I graduated, yeah, 2018. So then I got a job at a place where they sell gym equipment. I literally went online. I was like, you know, jobs near me, whatever the case may be. I was like, you know, good with people because I used to work at the Swami. You know, I had to make a resume and shit. Fucking well, I'm sure all you fools know about this shit. Fucking, I'm talking like I'm from a different fucking planet and shit. But so I made the resume and then I put, you know, right there I put that I worked in the Swami and that I did the dubs. Like that was literally my experience. That like it was pretty good experience if you ask me, because that shit taught me a lot. The Swami, so we used to sell women's jeans. Okay, there's a lot of fucking women that went there to buy jeans. That shit was fucking not good for a little boy to see. No, I didn't see anything, but that shit was fucking. I remember there was always like a shitload of fucking girls going and shit. So we learned, you know, kind of. Well, I learned how to like talk to people, you know, like I learned how to not really be like not to be shy. I remember screaming like, you know, hey, but you know, like pasele, like, you know, being loud as fuck. Like I didn't give a fuck. I was a little ginger kid, fucking little. I was chubby as fuck too. They'll call me like, oh, man, ese niño se parece a Canelo. Like I remember always being chubby and not always, like like I feel like after like I was 10, like around 9, 10 years, like 9 years old, probably. I think I was like started getting chubby, and then from that point I remember always being chubby. But it's crazy because it's like my hair, fool. Bro, what the fuck am I talking about? Wasn't I talking about a story right now, fool? But all right, whatever. So it's like my hair, fool. So like people ask me like, how's your hair? Like, you know, their hair's that color, or like, or whatever. Like, how does it? Or they're like, oh, how is it like having that hair color? Like, fool, that shit's the same as, like, it feels the same. Fucking, I still had to. Well, I don't cut it, but like, I still had to cut it when I cut it. Like, it feels the same. Like, I forget. Like, I don't remember. Like, it's just sometimes I look in the mirror and I'm like, damn, fool, this one has fucking brown fucking hair. I don't think it's red, fool. I think it's brown, to be honest. I think it's like a light brown. But it's like, I feel like when you're like, that's when I was younger. Like, like at the time when I was working at the Swami, I was never really insecure, but I felt like I was a kid though. Like I didn't know, you know, I didn't know any better. I was just like so confident. Like I wouldn't say I was confident. I didn't feel like I was badass, but I was never raised to really feel like that. I was never really raised to make everyone feel like, to make myself feel like I was the best in any environment. I was more just like, keep to myself type shit. But at the Swami, like, I was like, I'll talk to people, oh, pasele, you blah, 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 this, you want this, crack jokes with the customers, try to make them laugh so they can buy their jeans. What size are you looking for? Blah, blah, blah. Or I'll get it for you. Don't even worry about it. Sit down. Like, like as a little kid, like, that's crazy as fuck. Like, so I learned how to do that. But and then as time went by, I felt like I kind of lost that confidence, which is crazy as fuck. I don't know. I don't understand how that happens. But I feel like I don't know. Did I? That's interesting. I feel like I might have, but in a certain way. Silence. Nah. I don't know. So basically, so I had that experience of kind of working with people. So when I look for a job, I was like, something sales related, customer service type shit, because that's what I know how to do. Working at the so the thing is that the Swami food, that environment is fun, cracking jokes, being loud, everyone screaming, and then I had to go work at funerals. So it was like I was used to going Friday nights, Saturdays, sometimes Friday nights and Saturdays, but almost every Sunday I was at the Swami. Sundays for sure I was at the Swami. It was either Santa Fe Springs or Cypress Swami. Almost I got as I got older, it was almost always Cypress Swami with my uncle, and then my aunt and my cousin would be at Santa Fe Springs, and sometimes on Saturdays I would go. But so when we started getting gigs, the funeral gigs were on Saturdays. So for the Doves, so Friday, like, Fridays I was used to being to the Swami, being loud, Saturdays and Sundays too, and all of a sudden I have to go to this place where it's all quiet, fool. There's people crying. I have to give a serious speech, I have to go in front of. I didn't give a speech the first time I went, Dick. I didn't, like, what the fuck. I didn't know what to say, but like, I feel like that's kind of like a good advice for people is like, like, don't be like worried about don't like. Don't wait to feel ready to start, or don't wait to feel like it's the perfect time to start. Like, the perfect time to start is when you start. Because as soon as you start, then you're going to learn. And from their point, you're going to be like, oh, that was the perfect time to start. But it was like, nah, Dick, anytime's the perfect time to start as long as you start, So, like, I literally didn't know what to say. So, I remember my uncle sent me to some funeral, and he knew the funeral director. And he told me, hey, bro, like, I'm gonna send my uncle. He would always call me his son, like, cause I was always working with them. Like, always, like, during the summer, I would sleep over at his house, like all the time. For like with my cousin, that fool was like 3 years older than me, for like a brother to me, and then my aunt. They're my godparents, fool. So like, I grew up with them a lot, like, my uncle really showed me how to work, how to hustle and shit like that. So I remember during summer we'll go to downtown, like, for the swap meet, like. I remember he would go look at the jeans, which one is selling, which one isn't selling. This one's good, this one isn't good. How much is this one? Well, if I buy this pieces, how many this pieces? Bro, I always paid attention as a kid. I always fucking paid attention. Like, even driving, my uncle, like, he would drive, and I would always have shotgun for like over his son, over his wife. Like, I would get shotgun. Like, that shit was crazy as fuck. I was sitting in the front, and I would always watch how he would drive, when he would do this. Like, I was always just so like paying attention to everything around me, and then, like, so that's really, what taught me the hustle, taught me how to work and shit like that, and also taught me how to drive. Like, when he taught me how to drive, I kind of, like, it was more like, all right, sure, like, try it, because I had already seen it. I had seen him drive so much, and I was always so, like, attention. I was always paying attention to the freeways, to the streets. For like the map, like, I kind of know. I have a picture right now of the map of Los Angeles in my head. Like, that's just literally pretty vivid. Like, I don't know every single small streets, I don't know every single alley, but drop, like, anywhere in LA, I'll get my ass back home. Especially in a car, like it's very simple. Especially once you know north, fucking east, and look, all you have to do is know where you are in perspective. I don't know if it's in perspective or in retrospect. I don't know what the fuck the word is. I'm trying to be fancy right now, but, like, where are you in terms of where you're supposed to be, right? So, for example, if you're like, oh shit, like, we went south. Like, you just have to go north to find your house, fool. Like, it's that simple. Like, if you live in LA, fool, and, like, if you live in Los Angeles downtown, and you're in Santa Monica, you just know that you have to go east. You have to go to the opposite, because if you go west, you're gonna end up at the beach, and you don't want to go to the beach. You want to go to downtown. If you're in Long Beach, you gotta go up north. You gotta go up towards the mountain, to where you see the mountains, not down, because then it's gonna take you in the opposite direction. So that's kind of like realistically a thing in life. It's kind of, if you don't know where you want to go, you kind of have to know where you are. Realistically, if you have to know where you are and where you want to go. Once you sit down and you realize where you are and where you want to go, then you're gonna figure out, oh, I have to go this direction, whether it's north, south, east, or west. And now we're not just talking direction, now we're talking about life, whether it be in business and whatever the fuck relationship. If you're in a fucking, I don't know, whatever the case may be, but you gotta analyze where you are and where you want to be. So just like in the map, if I know that I have to be north and I'm south, then I go north. It's really that simple. But I've always been observant as a kid, and so I kind of learned that hustle. So I was like, I'm good with people, so I looked for a job that was sales related, kind of, people, customer service related, because I thought that's what I knew, and I thought I was like, I thought I was like, it's fun. So like I said, fuck, you see my story be all over the place. This is crazy as fuck. But I was talking about how going from the swami to the funeral, I remember going with my cousin. We used to crack jokes at the funeral, not out loud, not in front of the family, like kind of in front of the families, but not like, we wouldn't be like, ah, ha, ha, like, you're so funny. Like, bro, like, now I go to funerals and I see people that work at the funerals, 30, 40, 50 years old, that still don't even know how to behave. Fool, that shit is crazy as fuck to me. That shit blows my mind sometimes. Like, bro, like, how do you work in this industry when you don't know how to behave like that? It's a pretty crazy industry. It's pretty like, pretty delicate, pretty fucking touchy and soft and shit. But you kind of just have to learn that there's a time and a place for everything. And that's kind of what they taught me, being like that sudden change from the swami to the funerals kind of taught me that there's a time and a place for everything. That's why, I don't know. That's why what, but like that's why fucking you have to keep that in mind, and like that's like used to always hear that in school, when I was in school, I'd be like, man, fuck school, I want to work, I'll tell my mom or whatever, and they always tell me like there's a time and a place for everything, and it's true, bro. Like like that, like there's a time and a place for everything. Like you kind of have to trust the process. But you also have to take responsibility. You can't just blame the system. You got to learn how to play the game. That's the whole thing about this shit. So don't blame the system, guys. Make sure you guys subscribe, rate the podcast. If you already know what's cracking, follow us on Instagram at DBT System. My Instagram is _TheDoveGuy, guys. So like I said, you gotta, fucking basically. So fucking now I just basically fucking better. I'm just kidding, guys. So if you guys are fucking. Look, if you're listening to this right now, all I want to fucking remind you is that, fuck, bro, you're literally meant to be alive, because I've been to so many funerals, bro. Like, you're literally meant to be alive. You're here. Like, nobody can change. Nobody, like, you can change it, Everyone can change their own life. And people can try to change your life, People can try to bring you down. People can try to bring you up. Bro, what's crazy as fuck? I'm going to tell you something real shit. I'm going to tell you some real shit. So pay attention right here. Look, you have control whether you let people bring you down or not, and I can give you the perfect explanation as to why it is that you have control. You can't help someone that doesn't want to be helped, so it works vice versa. Like, if I want to bring you up with me, if I want to take you up, if I want to educate you on all this shit that I know, if I want to put all this knowledge out there, and you don't want to listen, you don't want to grow, then it's like I can't help you grow if you don't let me. So it works the same way. I can't put you down if you don't let me. So if you don't want people to put you down, don't let them. Don't let people put you down. Don't put your happiness in other people's hands, because that can get really tricky. And a lot of things that I say are, I don't know, I haven't perfected them. I'm not telling you this because I'm like, oh, I'm so good at not letting people put me down. I'm telling you because I sometimes and I know there's a lot of people. Realistically, a lot of people, almost everyone gets put down. Like, so one way or another, like, that's just life. Life is going to put you down. Like, that's the shit, but we're getting back into it. Like, are you going to let it? Like, don't let it put you down, Fuck, I just had a fucking brain fart. I feel like every time I'm about to say something important, I have a fucking brain fart. I don't like this game. This game is kind of tricky. I'm a podcaster now, guys. Nah, just kidding. Hey, fool. So okay, yeah. So like I was saying, so it works vice versa. You know, it works one way, it works the other way. So you can't help so people that don't want to be helped, and I kind of learned that, you know, it's something you kind of learn the hard way, and I feel like I don't want to waste a lot of people's time. That's why I kind of don't ask for help. You know, sometimes I feel like when I'm not ready for help, I don't like. There's no point in asking for help if you're not ready to accept it, because then every people are gonna put their energy to, and you're just kind of gonna waste that energy. You know, like the way I feel like the best way to not let people put you down is to understand. Understand. It's that simple. Understand. The I know I mentioned I think I mentioned something about bugs. I used to hate bugs, bro, my whole fucking life, bro. My whole life, bro. You could fool. I promise you, bro. From the age of 0 to 20, I never finished a single book. Never. From beginning to end, never. Obviously not at fucking 1 year old, because my mom said I didn't know how to read. But like from the point I learned how to read, like I don't remember finishing a book from beginning to end and be like, oh, that was cool. But when I started reading, and when I started reading books like How to Win Friends and Influence People, which I think my cousin gave that shit to me. Actually, I think so. That shit changed my mind. I was like, oh fuck, books have knowledge. I was like, this shit could teach you something. I was like, what the fuck, bro? That shit is crazy as fuck. And one of the lessons that I learned, bro. If you have not read How to Win Friends and Influence People, my God, my fool. Go read that shit. Go read that shit ASAP, motherfucking pronto, bro. I used to hate books, bro. I promise you, I still hate. I don't. I'm not a. Okay, I don't hate books. I don't hate books. I have a short attention span. It's kind of hard for me to read. I have a very short attention span. That's crazy. Like I can't watch movies. I don't watch TV. I don't watch sports. I don't watch none of that shit. Cause like, bro, I just can't. Like that shit doesn't make no sense. And that's the problem with this shit, bro. That's the problem with the phone, bro. The phone is so addicting, bro. The phone is like scrolling that you don't need a fucking large attention span, and it fucks your attention span. Like, you know, it kind of fucks that shit up. But we're gonna get back into How to Win Friends and Influence People. So wait, what the book taught me is that you have to learn how to understand people. You have to see other people's perspective. All right. So you can't like you can't fuck. I don't know how the fuck to say this shit, fool. But like it's hard, and it's hard because I say that I don't know. I haven't learned how to perfectly do this, but you can't take things personally, right? You just can't. You have to learn how to understand that people have different views. People come from different backgrounds. People think differently. People have different moods. People wake up on different sides of the bed, quote unquote. You know, whether they wake up happy or they wake up mad. So there's a lot of people that are gonna try to put you down because they're insecure. One, because they're mad. Two, because three, that's who they are. That literally feeds their ego, and they like feeling that they're better than other people. And you have to learn how to understand that. So you understand, okay, like, but at the end of the, but like, so I'm gonna say something, but it's not like this is as important. Like, so you have to kind of like think about it and be like, all right, so why is this person being like this? You know, is this person mad? Is this person, is this person right? Is this person wrong? In my opinion, right? In my opinion, is this person right? Is this person wrong? Fuck their opinion, bro. Fuck their opinion. Fuck what people like. Fuck what other people think. You gotta put it like this. In my opinion, is this person right or wrong? And you have to learn how to or not right or wrong, but you just have to learn how to understand that people have different perspectives, and people have different ways of projecting their things. So you can't let it's like, for example, if you're walking down the street. I'll give you a good example. You're walking down the street and a crackhead starts screaming, "Hey, fuck you, man! You're this and you're that. You know, blah blah blah. This." You can't take the man seriously because you understand that the man is under the influence of something else. Now the thing is, sometimes when people aren't crackheads, we don't understand what's going on in their brains because they look normal, just like me and you, right? So you think like, bro, I'm normal, but I'm not doing this. Why are you doing this? But because we don't understand what's going on behind their brains. Just like when you see a crackhead and he's acting a certain way, you understand why, because you see it, it's visible. Sometimes we don't understand why, or we don't see why other people behave the way that they act, and we get offended, we take things personally, blah blah blah. But if you think about it, you're like, oh fuck, this person is actually like, no one ever loved this person. Like, that's why they don't know how to show love. One, right? Or two, like, this person is upset because they're going through something right now. Like, to me personally, like, I'll be like, all right, if someone's mad right now and they're talking shit, like, I'll let them, like, talk your shit, fool, don't trip. I'm not gonna get mad because I understand that you're mad. When you're not mad and you're gonna think about, oh fuck, I remember I said this and I said that, and oh fuck, you're gonna be like, oh damn, but oh boy, I remember that fool didn't take it personally. And then you're gonna be like, hey fool, Spencer, I was mad, I said that. I'll be like, don't trip, fool, I understand, I know, like, like, don't trip, like, I like, you'll be so much more peaceful, bro. Like, trust me, like, peace out, I'm out. Not just kidding, but peace is very important, fool. Peace is like fucking, like, I feel like that's a main objective for me, to be honest. And I feel like that people associate, like, when people are like, oh, I want to be happy, people just want to be at peace, peaceful, like, because realistically, oh, and then I just saw this video today, right? This quote was like, sometimes when we're living good moments and when we're in good times, we never sit down and say, I'm happy. You never sit down and say, oh, I'm enjoying this moment. But the moment you got the bills piled up, the moment shit's getting tough, the moment everything is fucking tripping out, people leave you, everything, then you start to sit down and think about, damn, I'm miserable, I'm sad. You sit down and get in your head. But you don't, like I'm saying, you don't sit down and get in your head positively when positive things are happening. So like, that's that's things that we have to work on, and I'm saying we have to work on, because that is what this podcast is about. This podcast is about sharing things that I've learned, or things that I'm learning as I'm learning them, so that if you don't have anyone that can tell you this, or if you haven't learned them yet, or hopefully you learn something now, that you don't have to fucking experience certain pains that maybe I had to experience. Or realistically, you're going to experience pain, but at the end of the day, you, like, when people tell you something that it's kind of so you can go ahead and soak it in, and transform it, or I don't know how to explain it, but put it in a way that fits you, whatever way it fits your situation. For example, if you dealing with someone that, like I said, is constantly putting you down, or you're another thing, if you're like at work, and your boss is constantly putting you down and shit, fuck that fool. Like, that's the different, like, don't let people put you down, in the sense of, don't let them get to you mentally, but at the same time, don't stick around if all people are doing is putting you down, because then you're putting your energy into the wrong people, into the wrong places and things like that, because you're worth more than that, fool. You're fucking special, big. Like I said, we're all special. Fucking, you're special, led. Not just kidding. We're all special, fool. We're all fucking well, we're all meant to fucking, we all have the different, like, I feel like we all have different purpose. Yeah, I feel like we all have a different purpose, and I feel like a purpose can simply be like today, my purpose could be to wash my car. Today my purpose could be this or that. But at the end of the day, we all have like a purpose at the back end, which is to either provide for if you're alone, provide for yourself, or provide for the people around you, provide for your community, help them out. Your purpose may be, but I feel like you can also change your purpose. I don't know. I feel like that's a tricky one though, because, like, I don't know what you feel. I don't know. Also, I don't know how I can make it. Oh, on YouTube. If you guys are watching this on YouTube, let me know down in the comments. Like, what do you guys think? You guys think everything is written? Okay, so I'm actually reading the book called The Alchemist, right? This book is pretty cool. I think it's fiction. It has to be fiction. It's about this guy. It's about this boy who fucking. I'm gonna tell you guys a story about this. I haven't even finished the book, to be honest. I'm not halfway done. And then after this, I'm gonna finish telling you guys my story. Right? I'm sorry if you fools are still sticking around. Hey, hold up. If you're on YouTube right now, straight the fuck up. If you're on YouTube right now, or if you're on any podcast right now and you're still listening to this right now, I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Just do me a favor. Go to the YouTube. Go to the YouTube channel if you're not on YouTube, and put and just comment I don't know, comment a fucking a dove emoji, right? You know, 'cause Dove Gang, fool. What's up? Look, if you fools are still listening at this point, we're about 40 minutes in. I don't know, like I don't know how to check how long people listen to. I don't know what's cracking. Like I said, guys, this is episode 3. Right now, I'm probably talking. Nobody's listening straight the fuck up. Everyone probably already clicked out because my stories are so fucking. They don't even make sense, and I just keep going in circles and shit. But please do me a favor, go to the YouTube comment section, or drop a 40. Yeah, comment 40. Comment 40 because we're 40 minutes in. So let me know if you fools are still here. Comment 40 on the YouTube channel so I can go ahead and know. If I know that there's no one sticking around, then I know that I need to focus on, getting my stories more straight. And if I feel like you fools are listening, then you guys are entertained, and that's good. And hopefully you guys are learning something new. So remember, guys, make sure you guys subscribe, follow us on Instagram at DBT System. All right, that's enough shout outs for today. Oh, actually, one more shout out, guys. This episode 3 is brought to you by TheDoveGuy.com. Me, guys, check it out. Part of the services that I offer, guys, we offer dove release services, and the dove release services are not any service, okay? These are professional services. I've been to a lot of funerals. I've seen a lot of people. What I'll do is I'll go ahead and pull up to the cemetery. If you want at the cemetery, if you want at the church, you can do it at the house, at the park, at the beach. Honestly, we do it all over. We have a service area map. It's on website www.thedoveguy.com, like I said. So we'll go ahead and release doves. It's very symbolic. A lot of people don't understand why the fuck, why would I release a bird? Why that shit that make no sense? I'm not paid to release a thing. Let me explain to you something. At a funeral, I promise you, majority of funerals, majority of people there, they don't say goodbye to the people that die. They never say goodbye. Why? Because if someone is, let's say someone has cancer, an example of my mom, the day my mom passed away, I was at the hospital the day before. The day after, the day that she passed away, I was working. I wasn't at the hospital, but the day before I was there. And before I left, I told her just like every day, all right, mom, I'm heading out. I'm going to go to a see my sister that was at home. I was like, I'm going to go take care of her. I have a sister who's, okay, we're not going to, all right, so, so she, my mom persinaba, every time I would leave, a kiss on the cheek. I love you. Let me know when you get there. All right, cool. My mom was she wasn't really speaking much at the time. She, me persinó, kiss. She didn't say anything. And I was like, all right, mom, I'll see you tomorrow. I didn't see her tomorrow. I didn't see her alive. A lot of people don't get to say goodbye at a funeral. But most people don't ever get to say, well, not at a funeral, but most people never get to say goodbye to the people that pass away once they pass away or before they pass away. So what happens is you have a lot of things left in you. You have a lot of things that you have left to say. You have a lot of gratitude that you have left to feel, like, or to express. Like, if you have people that you're grateful for, make sure you let them know, hey, thank you. I appreciate you. People are going to do you dirty, bro. But to be honest, if people do you dirty and you thank them still, you're going to feel this shit you might, if you feel used, then because you're kind of looking at the wrong way. But look at it like this, bro. Like, if anybody has ever done you dirty or whatever the case may be, and I'm jumping around again, but check this shit out. If anybody has ever done you dirty, bro, tell them, thank you for what you did teach me. Thank you for the good shit. And then that person's gonna be like, what the fuck is wrong with this fool? This fool's tripping. Like, this fool's tweaking out, or like, like I'm using you, and you're telling me thank you. But in your head, you understand. You know what? I know you're using me. I'm not. I don't forgive you for that, or I forgive you for that. That's up to you. Whatever the case may be. But me telling you thank you is I'm fucking with your brain right now, heavy, and I love that feeling. Me personally, I love fucking with people's brain, bro. So knowing that someone will treat me like shit, and then I'll be good to them, bro, their brain is like, what the fuck is what? And then I'll be like, that's right, perrito, I got this shit on lock, homie. I know what's cracking. I know you're being an asshole to me. You think in your head, how is this person not realizing that I'm being mean to them and they're still being nice to me? But no, I know you're being mean to me, but I'm still being nice to you because now I'm all up in your head. Now I run this shit. Fool. Now I'm running the game. At first you thought that you being mean to me and me like allowing that or quote unquote allowing it is okay, but it is you winning. I won, fool. If I have you thinking that you won while I haven't lost, I fucking won. Straight the fuck up, fool. That's just crazy as fuck. How are you gonna tell me that I lost when I made you think that you won without me losing? What the fuck, fool? Make that shit make sense, fool. Straight up. Like I'm making you but I know what's cracking though. I know what's up. In my head, I know I'm not gonna allow you in my life. I'm not gonna tolerate this shit. I'm not gonna do. But I'm gonna be nice to you and I'm gonna thank you for what you did. Cause now you're like, what the fuck, fool? Neta? Like honestly, like right now, I'm kind of I just mind boggle myself right now, fool. This shit, like, but forward. All right, we're gonna get back into it. So look, for the people that don't understand, so when a lot of people they haven't, they go to a funeral, they actually haven't, they didn't say goodbye. They didn't release whatever they had, whether it was the anger, whether they had anger towards that person, they never told them off, right? They never told them fuck you, blah blah blah, or if they never spoke, they never apologized if they felt like they had to apologize, but their pride didn't let them. And then not when people don't apologize, and then because they feel like they're too prideful, like I'm too prideful, I'm not gonna apologize, it was your fault, and then they die. When they see you in the casket, they're gonna be like, bro, this pride, it was worthless. It was worthless. This pride didn't mean anything. This pride, I didn't win anything from this pride. This pride was only valid while we were alive. And now that one of us is in here, this pride is worthless. So now you're gonna start feeling that regret. So people feel at funerals regret. I didn't do enough. I wasn't there. I shouldn't have done this. I should have done more of this. I should have done more of that. It's too late, fool. Straight the fuck up. It's too late. If you listen to this and you lost someone, sorry for your loss. Don't put yourself down for what you didn't do. It's too late. Do it for the people that you do have. And if you don't have anyone, do it for people that you don't know. Straight up. If you don't have if you know, like, if you don't have anyone in your life, you don't have family, do it for strangers. Do it for other people. The shit that you felt like you were supposed to do for that person is too late, for you can't do it. But when you have feelings that you haven't released, and in your head, I'm never going to see this person again. In your head, I'm never going to see this person again, and I have to release what I have in me. So now I give you this bird. You're never going to see this bird again. I am, because it goes back to my house, to my uncle's house. It goes back to my uncle's house. I want to see that fool again, but you're not. So this in your head. You know that you're never going to see this bird, just like you're never going to see this person again. So what you do, you release whatever you felt like you couldn't release. You take it out, you're like, fuck. You see the bird flying, you're like, damn. Neta, that shit's beautiful. Neta, if you haven't seen the dove release, fool, that shit's fucking beautiful. Fool, you see the doves fly, that shit's like, golly, that's fucking nice as fuck. Like, that shit's crazy, that shit's pretty nice. And it feels good. I'm not gonna lie, it feels good. A lot of people ask me, if you fools want to know how much I charge for a funeral. It's $10 for 250. I'm the most expensive fool in LA, hands down. I'm keep it a buck. I'm be honest. My uncle charges $150, $100 less. If you want to go with him, you're gonna get a professional service. Guaranteed. That fool's chaka. He'll send my aunt if he's not available, or if I'm free. I still work for him too. I'll go ahead and do it. Or the reason why I charge so much is because I'm different, fool. Straight up, like before I leave a funeral, sometimes I even tell people, like, I'll put people aside. I'll be like, hey, thank you for hiring me. I just want to. And this is what I tell people. But I'm gonna tell you fools right now. Like I said, I don't know if people still listening, but I recommend you guys staying in family. Gather around the gravesite anytime you guys can. Whether if you can't do it weekly, monthly, special occasions, but family. Stay in family. Stay for that person. You have to keep the memory alive. But like I said, people don't understand why a dove release. If you're releasing anything you couldn't. You're never going to see the bird again, just like you're never going to see that person again. And this is your opportunity to release that. You can talk to the bird. We encourage that. If you want to go ahead and say a couple of things to the bird before you release it, do it. Hold the bird. It's soft. The birds are soft. They're beautiful. They're white. Most of the time, they're clean. Sometimes they're dirty. Depends what time they bathe on their own. But, like, if you catch it the day before they bathe, they're dirty. Straight the fuck up. Because they only bathe, like, once, sometimes twice a week, but mostly just once a week. They bathe with bath salts. It's meant for birds and shit, so they can fucking shower or whatever the case may be. But I guess we're gonna go ahead and get back into that right now, fool. So yeah, I was doing that shit after high school, fool, for a couple of months, and then I got a job. I went online and I looked for a job. This fucking I think it was Indeed. I wasn't gonna say it, but fucking it was Indeed.com, fool. I just went. I was like, jobs near me. And then they were like, oh, fucking sales equipment, blah blah blah. We sell equipment on offer, Facebook. You have to come, sell people, opportunities to grow, all this types of shit. And I was like, fuck it, I'm down. I signed up. I signed up for like two or three holidays. I think like two of them called me. They're like, you want to interview? That was like, you want to interview? Like, come. And I was like, I'll go. Like, chalice. Here's the thing, fool. When I was I had slacks, I had dressing shoes because I would go to the funerals, but I never had dressing shirts. I never the white shirts that I wear, those came on later. But I used to always wear a polo, whether it would be a black polo, a gray polo. My uncle, he made some polos with the logo on it, his phone number on it. Sometimes I would wear that shit. But I had slacks and dressing shoes, and so I went like that, a polo, slacks, and dressing shoes. And then he's like, oh, like, literally told me like, damn, thank you for dressing like that. Like that fool told me like people mostly don't come dressed like that. That shit blew my mind. That shit fucking blew my mind. Cause let me tell you something. I had a pretend interview, like it was a practice interview to prepare you for life and shit in high school, fool. And part of that was like learning how to dress. You have to have the proper dress code for like an interview and shit like that. And I remember thinking. I remember, I remember, I remember thinking, I was like, bro, this teacher is stupid as fuck. Straight the fuck up. This teacher's like making us do all this extra shit. Who's the teacher that was supposed to prepare you for college? And this is what I'm telling people. You're getting this free education. For later on in life, I've been to a couple other interviews where people had told me like, bro, literally the way you're dressed right now is like more than enough for us to hire you because no one else can dress like this, bro. Bro, please put on a fucking shirt and a tie and slacks and dressing shoes when you go to an interview. Please. Don't, please, bro, what the fuck are you doing if you're not doing that, bro? I also worked at Ross. The lady there told me, she's like, bro, no one comes like this. Like, literally, I was like, at that point, I kind of felt overdressed. I felt like I was overdoing it. I was like, fuck, maybe this isn't for me. It wasn't, fool. That shit wasn't for me, bro. The environment, bro, trash, fool. Fuck retail, fool. Fuck all that shit. To me, fuck, bro, I can't do that shit because it's crazy, bro. I have trouble working in teams too, but I'm pretty good at working in teams because I'm pretty friendly. But I don't have friends. I don't. I'll be friendly with you, but I won't fucking like trust me. Like it's just like I just know how to be nice. I know how to talk to people, But it's I don't really like making friends 'cause I don't trust people. I don't trust the living soul. I said this shit before. Like it's hard to trust anyone. You can't. I feel like a biggest problem is like not trusting. In order to trust other people, you have to trust yourself, and not trusting yourself is like it's tough. But anyways, back to what I was saying. So, yeah, bro, fucking I went, and then that fool hired me. Trip out, fool. The owner, that fool was I think the fool was Egyptian, fool. They said, wait, that fool was bipolar, fool, crazy. That fool was like greedy, fool, like like that fool was money hungry, fool, and I used to think about when I was in high school, the only thing I was thinking about was like, damn, I want to be rich. I want money. I want to be rich. I want money. And it was like, oh, I want this dream car. I want that dream. I want to buy this and I want to buy that. And as life went on, it's like my mind kind of shifted. It kind of changed. I kind of started seeing how greedy people get and how, bro, if you chase money, you're never gonna have enough. That's just crazy. That's just crazy as fuck. Like if you, man, how the fuck? How can you how do you find happiness? Like really realistically think about this shit, fool. Happiness or peace or bro, this episode was supposed to be like 30 minutes. So you fools are still watching. Thank you guys, I appreciate it. In order to find, how the fuck you find happiness or to find peace is kind of in my opinion is being comfortable with what you have, right? And to me, that's what I think is not seeking out for more, because when you're looking out for more, you're missing something. Like why would you look for your dog if your dog's not missing? Who knows? Like that shit. That literally, you feel like you're missing something. So, any of you fools consider yourself happy? Real question, straight the fuck up. Any of you fools consider yourself happy? And why? If you guys are on YouTube watching it, let me know. Let me know in the comments. I actually want to hear this. Or send me a DM on Instagram at DBT System. Go ahead and drop a comment. Do you guys actually what makes you feel happy, or how do you know that you feel happy? Or do you feel like you can achieve that? Because I'm gonna tell you guys something. I'm all right. It's confession time. I don't feel I can. I don't believe I can be happy. I don't believe in happiness. But straight up, me, I don't believe I can be happy.
I'll run into anyone, and I'll bet my life on them. I'll bet my life trying to convince them that they can be happy. And I don't know why. It's crazy, fool. Like that shit just doesn't. It just fucking doesn't make sense. Also, I'm asking you, fool. Like, you think you can be happy? And if you say no, you're wrong. You're wrong. I'm sorry, fool. Like you're wrong. You can't. You won't be happy as long as you keep telling yourself you're not happy. You know, you have to tell yourself that you can do it. I seen people. I'm not, like I said. People see me on Instagram. People see me on TikTok. I just trip out. I was on fucking ridiculousness. I remember you watching ridiculousness growing up and shit as a kid. Bro, Rob Deer Dick and Chanel West Coast and that motherfucking that other fool. They were laughing at my video, fool. That's crazy as fuck. Now I think about it. I was fucking out there on the screen and shit. But that's never a dream. It was never a goal. I promise you, it was never a goal to become a ridiculousness. So I appreciate it. Like I love it. I love seeing it. It's cool. But it's kind of like, it's not it, fool. Like, for me, it's not it. Straight up, for me, it's not it. For me, social media is not it. People see me and they're like, oh, you made it, fool. You're on TV, like, or you're doing big things, or whatever the case may be. But fuck, fool, esta madre, to me, it doesn't, it doesn't work, doesn't fulfill anything, doesn't make me satisfied. Now, I will say one thing, and this is another very important lesson for you fools. Look, check this shit out. Dream big, all right? I encourage everyone to dream big. Dream as big as you can. Fuck what anybody says, fool. Dream as big as you fucking can. I'm gonna tell you guys something. When I started off with making TikTok videos, I remember telling my cousin, I was like, watch, I'm gonna hit 1 million followers. Trust. I know, I know. I remember telling her, like, I'm funny, I'm this and I'm that. Even though on a day-to-day basis, I tell myself that I'm not funny. I tell myself that I'm not worthy of any of this. I don't deserve any of this. But when I told myself that, I was funny enough, when I told myself that I was gonna get the 1 million, I got it. Now what happened? I got the 1 million. My dream was to get the 1 million. I was like, what the fuck? Why should I keep doing this shit? It was kind of like, 2 million? I was like, for what? That's just another number. I like a million, fool. That's crazy as fuck. For 1 million followers, fool. That shit fucking, fuck. That shit blows my mind. But we're back to it, fool. It didn't do it for me. It didn't, like. Nah, it wasn't enough. It wasn't. It wasn't. One, it wasn't happiness. It was happy moments, guaranteed. That it was a good time. I've done a lot of crazy shit because someone asked me how has my life changed because of that. I've done crazy shit. I sat down with people I've never thought I would sit. I've talked, shaking my hands with people I've never imagined for. I've been places where I never thought I'd be. It's crazy environment. It's crazy environment being with the fucking multi-millionaire on the left and the fucking fool that just got out of prison for killing someone on the right. Fucking especially with the fools that, like, the places that I've been invited to is crazy. It's just fucking crazy, bro. But for me, it's not it, way. Like, it's just the reason why I tell people dream big is because if I would have dreamed for 10 million, I wouldn't have gave up at 1 million. And I didn't give up only because I got the 1 million. And now we'll go ahead and talk about this right now. Why I haven't made TikTok videos, why I don't make skits, why I don't make funny videos anymore. It doesn't cut it for me, fool. Like at first I would do it because I was like, oh fuck, I got likes. Oh, look who liked my look at this fucking bomb ass hyena like my video, fool. I remember all that shit. Look at this girl, just follow me. You get lost, fool. If you're a young guy, bro, fool, we all love women, fool. Ain't nobody on this earth that don't love women, fool. Everyone loves women, fool. But bro, they fucking ruin your life, bro. Straight the fuck up. Straight up, fool. Fucking, you gotta be careful what you put your energy into, fool. Especially if you're a young fool, you gotta focus on growing, fool. Focus on growing. I remember, trip out. Life is crazy, bro. Like life will teach you the craziest lessons without you even knowing, or without. There's a time and a place for everything. I remember I was in third grade, third and fourth grade. I was in fourth or fifth grade. I was in love with. Fuck, was supposed to be. I kind of had a little girlfriend, you know. Supposedly, it was. I didn't have a girlfriend. Wait, no, my mistake. I did not have a girlfriend. We would send each other notes, right? She's like, "Oh, I think you're," you know. We would send each other notes. One time I was in class, and I got caught with the note. I was reading. It was like a little love letter. Wait, fourth grade. I think it was fourth grade because I remember the teacher. And then she took it away. She's like, "What are you doing? You know, you're supposed to be paying attention in school. You know, you're not supposed to be doing this." So I'm gonna tell your mom. So you told my mom, and mom got mad. She's like, "Why the fuck? Like, why?" She's like, "Why the fuck are you talking? Why?" Like, she got like, you know, she's like, "Why are you doing this? Like, there's a time and a place for everything. Like, you shouldn't be focused on this. You know, you shouldn't be focused on girls. Like, focus on school." My mom didn't want me to be a fuck up. My mom wanted me to be successful. My mom, you know, straight up, like every fucking Mexican mom, you know, you fucking, I want you to be, you know, I want you to be a lawyer. I want you to go to school so you don't have to do what our parents had to do, whatever the fuck the case may be. So she was like, you know, there's a time and a place for everything. That really made me insecure. That and this is shit that I'm insecure about speaking, but to be honest with you, I don't even think there's anyone listening anymore. So that's why I'm still saying that. I don't give a fuck. But fuck it. So look, that shit made me real insecure, fool, because it was like, fuck, like I was kind of like scared of girls after that. You know, I was kind of like scared of girls. I was kind of scared to talk to girls. I was kind of like, oh, fuck, you know, not the time in the place. But I never, like, it didn't stop me. You know, I still fucking had crush after crush on girls that never liked me back, fool, and that shit made me insecure too. You know, fucking when you like someone and they don't like you back, that shit hurts, you know. But when it happens time after time after time to the point where you can't even count them, you're like, God damn, motherfucking shit, what the fuck? What? Wait a minute, what am I supposed to do? So you kind of start to give up on shit like that. You know, fuck love, that shit don't make no sense. Low key, I always thought about, like, people ask me, like, have you ever gotten tattoos? Like, I don't have any tattoos. I haven't gotten tattoos because I haven't got anything meaningful. But bro, honestly, fuck love on my knuckles, fool. That wouldn't even be a bad idea. I'm not gonna do it. Not yet. But fuck, fool, that shit would not be a bad idea at all. Fool, that shit would be fucking makes perfect sense. Forgot what the fuck I was talking about. So yeah, guys, this episode was supposed to be a short episode because I didn't think I was gonna be able to have a conversation with myself for so long. But in reality, I talk to myself all day, every day, and I feel like that's a problem, bro. Honestly, I feel like it's not good for me. I feel like I get in my head too much, but I feel like it's necessary. I feel like you have to talk to yourself. You can't depend on talking to other people. You know, you have to talk to yourself, but you have to be good to yourself. I'm not good to myself. I'm gonna keep it above with you. I'm a fucking asshole to myself. But if I were to talk to everyone the way I talk to myself, I guarantee you, I would have 0 followers. I swear I'm fucking everything I know. I'm an asshole, but you have to learn how to be nice to yourself. You know, we have to learn how to be nice to ourselves. It all starts from, you fools love yourself? You love yourself or not? You have to love yourself, fool, because if you don't, fool, it's hard to live with. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. It's hard. I don't know what I'm doing with my hand, but it's hard, fool. You have to you really, really, really have to forgive yourself, too, for shit you've done. I thought I was able to forgive certain people. I'm sorry. Like, I don't know. I feel like it's hard to forgive people if you haven't forgive yourself. So you have to kind of learn how to forgive yourself and shit like that. You know, that's just kind of tough. But we're back to story. So yeah. So being the dove guy, fool, that shit was crazy as fuck. But it got to a point where I was kind of like, you know, oh yeah. But back to why I stopped making TikToks. So I think we're gonna have another episode by myself because I didn't know I could talk to myself so much, fool. But I can, güey. La neta, I'm my best friend now. Nah, just kidding. Nah. Nah, for real, fool. So, fuck. But I always forget what I say. Like I said, bro, I have a short attention span. I have horrible memory. I'm kind of just talking to you fools on a one-on-one basis here. Consider this a date. Nah, just kidding. It's not a date. I don't like dates. I don't want to go on. Oh, fuck, I'm with the camera. I'm sorry. Sorry, guys. So look. Oh fuck! Hold on. Pause. All right, fool. So a lot of people. So we're gonna get back into the All right, fool. So we're gonna go ahead and get back into the question. People ask me, how has my life changed? You know, people want to know like what it's like, fool. Like, do I get asked for pictures? I do. I do. It happens pretty often. Am I used to it? Yes. Am I an asshole? No. I'm nice as fuck. If you want a picture, literally, you just take out your phone and be like, please. I'll pose for a picture. Like, if you're nervous and you like, you literally just have to say like, can I get a quick like? Promise you, I don't fucking touch people when I take pictures with them. That's one thing. That's one thing I do. I feel like I don't know. I kind of feel weird because on my pictures on the say I'm just posted like this, fool. I don't like hugging people. Like, I don't know, fool. Like, it's just I don't know if you showered with. Not just kidding. Like, I don't know. Like, I just don't want to. I don't no quiero pedos la neta, fool. Like, so I just be like, fucking, I just post out like this or like, pinche Dove Gang a la verga. Cucurucu. Nah. So check it out, fools. It's crazy because growing up, not growing up, but like hearing artists, talking about how they would go on tour and feel alone and they'll go all this stuff and feel empty. And you'll be like, bro, you're stupid as fuck. Like, what do you mean? You literally have it all. Like, like, but nah, neta, that's just crazy, fool. Cause nah, wait, it's not like that. It's not like that at all. The videos, like I said, they were to reach 1 million followers was a goal on TikTok, but to be the Dove Guy was never the goal. So it was kind of like, I don't know how to fucking explain this. It was cool. Like I said this earlier. I had trust issues, right? I don't trust anyone. I was always alone. Okay, so before this, so how has my life has changed? And now I know how to answer it. How my life was before. Before, I'll go to a girl and be like, hey, whatever. Anything. Bye. Nah, I'm good. No, thank you. You're ugly. Nah. You're not. No. Constant rejection. Like, time after time. Friends, I count them with one hand. I don't even call them friends. I don't know. They have different. I call them something else. But straight up. So look, it's kind of like a very, very lonely life. Even though I have a big family, trip out for, I have a big ass family, food, but I always felt alone. I always felt lonely, and I feel like that comes from never really loving myself as a kid. Bro, I hate myself since I was a kid. I was straight the fuck up. I don't even. This is shit that I'm supposed to not share. And I'm supposed to keep to myself, and I promise myself I'm supposed to keep to myself. I promise certain shit. I promise myself to take to the grave, but you're not alone, fool. Like, if it's one person that, bro, I get messages, bro. People telling me, hey, fool, gracias. People in person, they'll be like, I remember when you said this in a video. When someone says, I remember in the video you said this, I'm like, oh, fool, that shit got stuck in your brain, fool. I taught you something. You get like dead ass. I taught you something, like that shit fucking crazy as fuck, fool. So just know you're not alone, fool. That's kind of why I share this. I don't want. Please don't message me. Please don't message me. How you doing? How I'm not gonna answer. I don't answer. Like, I don't want to talk to people. I don't trust people. Like I said, I'm very lonely. Came very lonely. Life full of rejection. Life full of shit like that. Fucking very few friends. I grew up with the overprotective mother who didn't want me to be hurt. Didn't want me to be in trouble. So because of that, I didn't experience too much at a young age other than working, other than responsibilities, other than shit like that, which is cool, and I'm thankful for it because it made me the person I am today. But it changed my life because from being so lonely, from not a single fucking living soul acknowledging my existence, right? From, I said this before, like, I'll say this shit. Fool. Remember when my mom got sick? I promise you, it was at least a couple months crying to sleep every night. Every night. A couple months, fool. Every night. There wasn't a night that it didn't happen, fool. Straight up. Who the fuck did I talk about that shit with? No one. No one. By myself. So I don't trust people. I keep to myself. I bottle everything in straight the fuck up. And I feel like this is good. You know, this podcast is good because it's there's no one here in this room. No one is listening to me. Maybe you're listening to me, but I don't know who's listening to me. I really don't know. I don't know if maybe there's no one listening. I'm just here by myself, you know, and that's cool. That's better for me personally. I think that's better. But like, shit, fucking, I'm not even gonna be able to fucking hear this video, because if I hear this recording and I watch this video, I'm not gonna want to post it, because I'm like, fool, why are you sharing this shit? But it's just, I want people to understand that they're not alone. You know, fool, you're not alone. Like I know you feel alone. Motherfucker, there's 7 billion people up in this bitch, fool. In this bitch, I'm talking about this earth, fool. Like, you're not alone, fool. Like, so many people do not know how to control their emotions, and so many people don't know how to love themselves, and that's the problem. Man, I used to see people be like, oh, self-love is the best love. I was like, bitch, shut the fuck up. What the fuck are you talking about, bro? Bro. Once you realize that's really the reason why you're not happy, because you don't love yourself, because you're not comfortable in your own flesh. If you guys haven't watched episode 2 or heard episode 2 is now available on YouTube as well, guys. Episode 2 is available on YouTube, on Apple, Spotify. Look, the Hood Santa the Hood Santa, we had shout out to the Hood Santa and Rezo, that for said, like, don't do things that don't make you, that alter your mind, because you're not comfortable in your own skin. You have to learn how to be comfortable in your own skin, in your own flesh. You have to learn how to be comfortable with yourself and how to love yourself, how to be alone. Shit like that, you know? And I forgot so how to change my life. So I don't trust anyone, right? I never opened up to anyone because I always felt alone. I never felt like people really cared about me. My mom always cared about me, but I never told her anything because I didn't want her to worry. So there's a conflict of like, what the fuck? Maybe there's people that care about me, but I don't want them to worry, so I don't tell them. Because if I told you how I felt, you'd probably worry, to be honest, fool. But shit, it is what it is. Like, if you really care, you probably worry. But like, you know, so I got all these people. When my videos started taking off, my videos didn't take off at first. It took a while, like probably a couple months. Okay, not a while. It took a little bit. Like, it took like a couple months. A month. Like, yeah, it took like a couple months. And when they took off, you know, while I had people hitting me left and right, you know, hey, you're this, and hey, you're this. I remember getting DMs, hey, you're cute, from girls. And this is shit this is, me personally, I love talking about the fact that how I get rejected and shit like that, and shit like that, because at the end of the day, bro, fuck bitches, bro. Bitch, like, literally, bro, if you're a guy and you're scared of girls, I qualify. Bro, they're literally humans just like us, fool. Like, that shit, that's just a trip, fool. Like, you know, like, it's nothing special. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's kind of special, but nothing special, fool. Like, you know, so I remember getting those messages like, oh, hey, you're cute, or hey, you're funny. When a week before that, before I had the thousands of likes and the thousands of followers, and that turned into millions of likes, millions of views, and a million followers, whatever the case may be. It was like, dog, I was just ugly last week. What the fuck? Wait a minute. Every single girl I talked to, every single girl I tried to make laugh called me annoying. Every single girl I tried, like, so now I'm like, hold up, wait a minute, this is fake. Red flag. Something's wrong here. I never believed it. I can't believe it. People, hey, bro, I think I want to hang out with you. I think you're cool. I think you're that. Motherfucker, I'm the same person I was. No one ever wanted to hang out with me. I'm confused right now. Like, wait a minute. This shit don't make no sense. That was the problem with the Dove guy. That was the problem with the Dove guy. He was never able to accept what happened. I don't trust people, I can't let people. The second I trust people, the second I open up to people, it's just a matter of time before why they fucking remind me why I should have never trusted them. And I feel like we all deal with those problems, but here comes I'm gonna fucking hit you fools with something that most of us don't want to hear, fool. That's a part of it, way. That I saw, I think it was, I'm not sure if it was a podcast or a video, some guy saying how, like, we all go through a storm, right? And the storm, life, you know, is going to put you through challenges. And people are going to be like, oh, I went through life so that or I went through the storm. The storm isn't for you to change. The storm is we're talking about challenges, right? He said that it's not the storm isn't to see if you're gonna change. The storm is to see if you can go through whatever challenge and remain yourself. Still be yourself. Not let people put you down. So for example, so when you put your trust in someone and they put you down, all you have to do is be thankful for the time you had. Gracias, it's cool. I appreciate what you taught me. Taught me a valuable lesson. Never do this shit again. Not just kidding. But like, like you have to learn, like, and honestly, bro, I know this is hard, fool, but when people do you dirty, you have to wish them the best, so that you can. And I saw another video, another quote that said, "Forgiveness isn't about forgiving the other person, fool. It's about you, bro. It's about forgiveness is for yourself. Because if you don't forgive him, you're gonna hate him. I hate myself because I can't forgive myself, right? We're gonna paint the blueprint right here. I want to love myself. In order to love myself, I have to stop hating myself. In order to stop hating myself, I have to first forgive myself, right? I don't know what comes before forgiving myself. I think it's acknowledging okay, fuck it. I guess we complete the blueprint right now for all of you fools that are still listening right now. You have to learn how to love yourself. In order to learn how to love yourself, you have to stop hating yourself. In order to stop hating yourself, you have to forgive yourself. To stop forgiving yourself, in order to forgive yourself, you have to, 1, grow. 2, acknowledge that you've grown and you're not the same person. You're not going to make the same mistake. You made the same mistakes, you're not going to make them again. Never. You learn. So, if life gives you challenges and you don't learn and you don't grow for them, you're not going to forgive yourself for the things you've been through. You're going to hate yourself and you're never going to love yourself. I don't know. But I think we're going to wrap it up for this episode, guys. I think there's a lot left to tell you guys about my story and how has it changed. But if you fools want to go ahead and continue listening, make sure you fools stick around for episode 2, guys. Because not episode 2. This is actually episode 3, guys. But we're going to go ahead and wrap it up right now, guys. This is a pretty long episode. This episode was supposed to be 45 minutes. I just want to go ahead and share with you guys, if you're alone, you have no one to talk to, just play this. If you can play this podcast, listen to it on your way to work, whatever the case may be. We're all struggling in life. I'm gonna keep it a buck. I'm going through a fucking difficult time, and it's not like I said. Don't reach out to me. Don't ask me if I need help. I don't accept help. I don't. You can't help someone that doesn't want to be helped. I said this shit before. Why? I don't know. I have a chip in my shoulder probably. I was kind of raised to kind of be independent, kind of be on my own. It's cool. It is what it is. Like everyone is different, So we just gotta keep it pushing. Mind you, food. You just gotta keep it pushing, food. You gotta keep going forward. Don't give up. All right. Hold on. Before we leave, I remember I said that I had give up on my TikTok. So let me explain to you guys something real quick. I was literally on live on TikTok right now, fool, and my TikTok and my live got banned. I post videos and they get deleted. I post videos. I kind of had this thing where I was like, fuck, I didn't want to like give up on the TikToks because my whole thing was always to like tell people to not give up. But I feel like I just want to clarify that that was never my real goal. My real dream was never to like this. Like it was fun. I mean, I'm still here. I'm not saying like it's over, but like it's like. I got other shit that I want to achieve and other shit I want to go ahead and chase. Other shit fucking we want to go ahead and do in life. So when the obstacles came up, obstacles such as TikTok deleting my videos because people are sensitive as fuck. I used to get paid on TikTok. People ask me, you get paid on TikTok? Yeah, you do. Unless you fucking post video about fucking doves and shit because people hate on you and they delete them to the point where they stop paying you. Because that's what happened. And then at that point, it was like, dog, if my goal is to become rich, and I'm not getting paid for this shit, why the fuck am I gonna do this shit? A lot of people are like, it's entertainment, I'm gonna keep it a buck. I don't care. People people probably get offended. Look, I see like the social media and shit, like okay, the followers. People ask me like, hey, the followers. I see followers as gold diggers. Let me explain to you guys something real quick. I'm not saying you fucking gold diggers or something. Nah. Look, not everyone too. Just like not every girl's a fucking gold digger, fool. But like, fool, look, a gold digger is someone that's around for money, right? They don't give a fuck if you're okay or not. Realistically, they don't. They're here for the money. That's a gold digger. They want you for your money. Now, followers, they want the entertainment. They want the laughs. Shit like that. So it's the same thing. They don't give a fuck about what's cracking. It's me on my own, like I said. So that's what. Excuse me. I had to burp a little bit. But yes, so that's what I'm saying. Like like to me, I kind of had trouble feeding like those videos now, making those videos, because it's like, fuck, bro. I feel like I'm entertaining people that are only here for entertainment and they don't really care about me. And that conflict kind of got in my head to the point where I was like, one, I'm just looking for likes. Two, I'm entertaining people that are solely around for entertainment. Why? How do I know this? Yesterday, I uploaded on my story today on Instagram. Yesterday, I uploaded a video of me being on ridiculousness, right? She got 10,000 likes. People were like, hey, bro, you're doing great things. We support you, blah, 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 this and that. Bro, I promise for weeks no one has checked up on me, dog. You mean to tell me that I'm supposed to be like, oh, this is real? Wait a minute. I know, don't get me wrong. I know who's cool and who, like, I know there's people who have sent me messages like, hey, bro, like, you okay? Like, I'm gonna keep it a butt. We're not gonna sit here in line and say no one never, ever. But in all reality, they're just here for the entertainment. It's all here for the left. So I kind of have trouble, like, fuck, bro. Like, I'm kind of not happy in my own space. I'm not happy, bro. I don't love myself. So it's like, how am I gonna keep entertaining these people when putting myself, on the line for that. So that's just, it's the truth. A lot of people can't handle the truth, but I'm trying to keep it as much as fucking truth as possible on this podcast, guys. So make sure you guys go ahead and follow along if you guys want to. If you guys didn't like what you hear, I don't give a fuck. Make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel and follow the podcast on. It's on Apple. It's on Apple Podcasts, Spotify. It's on Google Podcasts. Videos on YouTube. So make sure you subscribe. Follow the Instagram at DBT System. If you fools want one of these shirts, actually I don't think I have any of these shirts. But if you fools want to buy any merch, go to the Instagram at the DBT System, and we're gonna go ahead and get some merch coming out soon, guys. So thank you guys for tuning in. We appreciate you. Shout out to the sponsor, TheDoveGuy.com, and shout out to me for being my guest for today. So hey, everyone go to our Instagram. Let me know. Do you want to hear more episodes like this? If there's anyone still fucking here, because it's already been an hour 20-something minutes. If you want to hear any more episodes like this, let me know. If you want me to bring guests so I can shut the fuck up and let the guests talk, let me know. Thank you guys for tuning in. All right, before that, say we're out of here. Later.